Have you ever just stood outside on a clear night, looked up, and just wondered? Well, today we're going to take that curiosity and give it a cosmic roadmap. We're unpacking the GCSE in astronomy, taking a journey through the universe topic by topic. Let's get started. And this, right here, is the whole point. This course isn't built for people who are already experts. Nope, it's designed to tap right into that natural fascination that almost all of us have. It takes that little spark of wonder you feel when you see the Milky Way, and it pours on the fuel of real, honest-to-goodness scientific understanding.
So here's our game plan, our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll get our bearings and figure out our place in the universe. Then, we'll see what we can learn with just our eyes. After that, we'll look at how technology totally changed the game, what it means to be a hands-on astronomer, and finally, we'll tackle the big one. Why does any of this even matter?
Okay, let's start with the biggest picture imaginable. This course doesn't just throw a bunch of random facts at you. It actually frames astronomy as this incredible story of human discovery, a story that's been unfolding for thousands of years.
And that right there is the core idea of the whole thing. You're not just going to learn about planets and stars as static facts, you're going to walk in the footsteps of scientists throughout history. You'll see how ideas were born, how they were challenged, and how our entire understanding of everything grew from careful, patient observation over centuries. It's a detective story, really. So where does an epic journey like this begin? Well, it starts right here, on Earth, with the most fundamental, the most original astronomical tool we have, our own two eyes. The course kicks off by showing you the unbelievable amount you can figure out just by looking up. And the whole qualification is actually split into two parts, which kind of tells the story of astronomy perfectly. Paper 1 is all about what we could learn without telescopes, the foundations that were laid over centuries of observation. Then, Paper 2 is about how our view of the cosmos just exploded once we started looking through a lens.
And believe me, those foundations are incredible. In Paper 1, you start right here at home with planet Earth, getting a real feel for its motions, its atmosphere. Then you journey back in time to explore the early models of the solar system, figuring out how ancient astronomers tried to make sense of those wandering stars. And you'll unpack the fundamental laws of gravity that hold the whole show together.
And this brings us to one of the biggest mental shifts in all of human history, something you'll really dig into. The move from a geocentric, or Earth-centered model, to a heliocentric, sun-centered one. Now, this wasn't just some tiny correction. It completely rewrote our place in the universe. And the amazing part, it was all figured out with careful observation and math, long before anyone had a powerful telescope.
Right, so once those foundations are solid, the course introduces the one piece of tech that changed absolutely everything, the telescope. And this is where the universe really, truly opens up.
And with telescopes, wow, the jump in scale is just immense. You go from our local solar system to stellar evolution, the birth, the life, and the incredible death of stars. You'll work out our address in the vast Milky Way galaxy, and you'll even tackle cosmology, the study of the origin and the ultimate fate of the entire universe. It's mind-bending stuff.
And here's the crucial part. This section isn't just about what we can see, it's about how we see it. It's a deep dive into the astronomer's toolkit. You'll learn the principles behind different telescopes, sure, but you'll also get into the incredible tech packed into space probes that have sent back these jaw-dropping pictures and data from the very edge of our solar system. But this GCSE isn't about sitting back and just reading theories in a textbook. No way. It's about getting out there under the stars and actually doing the science. This section is all about what it takes to become a real, practical astronomer. At the heart of all this practical work is the scientific method itself. You learn to think just like an astronomer by following this cycle for your own projects. See, you don't just go out and look. You have to design an observation, make it happen, analyze what you found, and then, this is the important bit, evaluate your methods to see how you could do it even better next time. And this isn't just a thought experiment. You get your hands dirty with real observational tasks. You might be out there on a cold night tracking meteors during a shower to find their radiant point with nothing but your eyes and a star chart. Or you could be using a telescope, carefully measuring the faint flickering of a distant variable star to calculate its period.
So here's the bottom line. You don't just learn about astronomy, you actually do it. You become a participant. You get to experience the real challenges, cloudy nights, light pollution, the patience it takes, and that makes the moments of discovery feel so much more real, so much more earned.
Okay,
So this brings us to the final and, maybe the most important question of all. After all this work, all this observation, what's the point? Why should we study the stars? What does it all mean for us down here?
Well, the aims of the course go way beyond just memorizing the names of moons. It's about building an informed interest, so when you hear about a new discovery on the news, you actually get it. It's about seeing the deep connections between astronomy and physics and math, and most importantly, it's about developing real, tangible skills in how to observe carefully and solve tricky problems.
And you can actually see this philosophy baked right into the way the course is graded. Look at this. Just knowing stuff is 40%. But applying that knowledge is worth exactly the same. And a full 20% is dedicated to analyzing and evaluating information. That tells you everything. This course values thinking and doing just as much as remembering.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway, isn't it? These are skills that are valuable absolutely everywhere. Learning to analyze the data from a star teaches you critical thinking. Understanding all the complex moving parts of the solar system is a masterclass in systems thinking. And figuring out how to photograph a faint nebula, well, that is some serious non-routine problem solving. You're basically training your brain for any challenge life throws at you.
So we end up right back where we started, with curiosity. This course gives you the tools to start finding some incredible answers, but you know what? More importantly, it teaches you how to ask even better questions. It gets you ready to be a part of that grand, ongoing story of exploration. The universe is out there, full of mysteries. Which one are you going to solve?